Woodturning's The New Shed, or the old upcycle type newly built shed. It's an upcycled shed that I've been working on. I've made it out of old fence panels and anything that I can get hold of. I've moved all the stuff from the old workshop into here, and now I'm based at home at the back of my house, and it's just a lot more convenient for family life and stuff like that. Don't have to travel to the workshop, which is a huge bonus. I have my MIDI lathe here, which I will be pushing to the max with this week's project. We'll head over there in a second. I'll show you what that is. But thank you so much for still sticking with me, even though there hasn't been any videos up. I've been doing a few lives and things like that, but I know a lot of, well, not a lot of you, but I know some of you aren't really into the lives. But that's okay. I'm still going to do the regular lives, but also try and get a few more videos up now that I'm settled in the new workshop. So this week's project is over here, and I'll show you what it is. So this week's project is a piece of, I believe it's oak. I was given a big log. It looks oakish to me. It looks as if it's going to be quite a hard piece of wood. I have it on the worm screw, and I have the tailstock brought up, and I have my tool rest brought over to the headstock side of the lathe because it wouldn't fit underneath. So we're going to work with that until we get it round, and then we'll move it back over to the other side so that I can work on the bottom of the bowl. The idea of this project is that it's going to be a wide rim bowl, but it's going to be a wide rim bowl that you can use. It's not going to be an artsy fartsy one that you put up on the wall and dust every now and then. It's going to have a wide rim, but I'm going to put an undercut on it so that the bowl can still be used and it's a practical bowl. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do some laser techniques. I've recently got a new laser that's an A3 size laser. You can lift it up to whatever size you want by putting blocks under it. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I put some pictures, and Facebook, you'll see some pictures that I put up with one that I did as a practice. So this one, it's a light coloured wood. It should work well with the laser. So yeah, we're going to go with a wide rim, but do some undercuts on it so that you can still put stuff into the bowl and use it. Now this is a hard piece of wood, it really is. It's definitely oak. I've got a basic rough shape there. I'm going to be taking more off the bottom, getting more of a sweep in the bowl. I can move my tool rest underneath now, which means I can get the centre of my tool rest located where my tool is going to be rested. I'm using the Crown bowl gouge here. It's beautiful bowl gouge. So I'll come back to you in a bit when I've got this basic shape to where I want it, and we'll put a mortise in the bottom. Just literally cleaned up this front edge where we're going to be hollowing, and I wanted to just determine my top rim where the design is going to be going, and I didn't want to lose too much on the top edge before I started shaping this. So now I've found my rim, I don't have to worry about this top face anymore. I can start shaping and putting the design. I want to put a bead on the top here, and then a slight cove, and then have the rest of the bowl quite plain. We're almost there, and we're just going to finish shaping the outside now. There we go. I'm pretty happy with the shape of that now. I kind of wanted an oldie worldy kind of Celtic looking bowl. Do you know that they used to have the beads and things in the olden day Irish Celtic bowls? So that's kind of the design I've gone with, because we're going to be putting a lasered Celtic design on the top rim and maybe on the inside of the bowl, so I just wanted to keep it all in character. So we'll get the mortise cut into the bottom, maybe a bit of a design in the bottom as well, and then we're going to sand up this whole outside part and finish it and get it ready for flipping over and hollowing. Okay, I have that sanded to 240 grit all over, including the bead on the side. Now what I want to do is I want to get my burn wire, and I'm just going to burn just underneath where the bead is around the edge, just to put a black line just in there, because that will contrast with my laser work on top later on. Then I'm going to finish it with Yorkshire grit on just the outside of the bowl, not the inside. It's Yorkshire grit and then some wood wax 22 on the outside. And on the very base here, before I put the wood wax onto it, I'm going to put some detail spiral work on the bottom using the crown texturing tool or spiraling tool, whatever you want to call it. So that will be going in the bottom here, but I want to Yorkshire grit it first, because when I use this tool here, I'm not going to be putting any more Yorkshire grit into it because it will just get clogged up in it. I'll be just using some shavings just to take off the fluffies. Okay, so I've got this sanded to 220. I've burnt just a burn mark, just using the guitar string in underneath the bead. That will match the laser work on top and kind of contrast it all in. Now I'm going to use some methylated spirit. Just clean up all the pores inside the grain. Use some chestnut cellulose sanding sealer all over the base, and then Yorkshire grit. Okie dokie, I've got all the finishes done on the outside. It's come up very nice. I think it's very nice anyway, as nice as oak can be. Oak can be a bit of a boring wood, but that's why I'm going to embellish it with the laser. The grain's nice on it, but it's just, I don't know, the colour of it and stuff, you know, it's oak. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my crown texturing tool or spiraling tool, whatever you want to call it. This is the small one. I have the larger one there. This small one will do for what I want. And I'm just going to put in a couple of lines of design in here, just to kind of fancy up the bottom a bit. So let's just put a bit of a design on the inside. I'm just going to burnish it off now with some shavings I have on the floor. And once I've done that, I'm just going to use the small skew and just put a couple of lines either side, just to kind of accent the spirals. There we go. That's nice. Okay, we've got it turned round on the lathe. Brought the tailstock up just to give it a bit of support while it's in the chuck, and we're going to hollow out the majority of this before we take the tailstock away. Okay, I have that all hollowed out now. I've got the wide rim here. I've got a nice thin edge all the way around the top there. Not too thin, it's probably about 5mm, quarter of an inch, a little bit less maybe. That's plenty wide enough to do the design that I want to do on it. So now what I need to do is sand it all up, bring it up to 220, and leave it at that for now. I'm not going to put any oil onto this yet. What I am going to do is I'm going to Yorkshire grit the top edge here, because that's where it's going to be lasered. The laser will cut through the Yorkshire grit, it makes no difference. So I'm going to Yorkshire grit the rim and the top part here so it matches the side of the bowl. But the inside I'm going to leave for now, because I've got to put a design in the bottom. I've left like a raised area in the bottom of the bowl. You'll see that later on when I do the laser work. The inside will be it's just going to be like a worktop oil, you know, a food safe oil that will be going in there, chopping board type oil. So I'm going to sand that up and I'll come back to you when it's ready for laser work. Okay, so that's the bowl finished on the outside. The inside has had one coat of oil on it, And just for now, what I want to do is I just want to mark the very center with the pencil, because I need that so that I can line the laser up and get the perfect diameter of the bowl. If I don't get the laser spot on in the center, then the design's going to be off on the outside. So just get the center of this bowl now. That's it, just like that. So that is the turning part done. All I've got to do now is take it off the lathe and bring it over to the laser, and I'll show you how we burn the designs into it. We're here in the software for the Alex Maker Evolution Desktop Cam, it's called. That's the software. It's for the Alex Maker laser. I have the A3 version, which is just the size. It's kind of A3 paper here in Ireland. It's quite big, and it will do most bowls that I want to do, or most designs that I want to put onto any wood turn-ins. This is the design that I've gone for. It was a little bit different to this when I pulled it down off of the internet, and I've kind of changed it around and done a little bit for myself. But that's kind of the design I want to put onto the rim of my bowl. So I've done all the sizes. It's 215mm diameter, which is about 8¼ I think inches. And we're going to go over to the laser now. Basically it's quite simple. I just need to set it up. I hit preview. It draws around the shape of the bowl. I'll show you in a second, and it tells me that it's in the right place, and then you just hit start and off it goes. It's very simple. It's not rocket science at all. And it's plug and play. Well, you have to build it when you get it, but it's plug and play, this laser. So yeah, let's go over to the bowl now and see what it looks like. So this is the laser. It's a very simple unit, and I've got it in safe mode at the moment, which means that it will put a little dot onto my bowl. I don't know if you can see that, but you can just see the laser there. And what you need to do is you need to set the laser to the right height so it has the best burn. So I just need to adjust the laser by twisting this until I get the smallest point I can possibly get on the rim, and then I need to move this back to the center so it lines up with my spot in the middle, and I hit preview on my software and it will draw on the outside, and it will show me the edge of the bowl. Hopefully, yeah, it's just riding along the edge of that bowl nicely. Now I tend to do it a couple of times just to make sure. Okay, I think we're going to go with that. We turn off the safe laser. I have some goggles over here that I have to wear to protect my eyes, and I will leave this on time lapse for you to watch it draw out the design. It doesn't take long at all. And we hit start. That has done the outside now. So now I want to put a little design in the center now. It's just a matter of hitting play again, and we'll take the temporary laser off and hit start. Well, there you go. There's one bowl with a wide rim. As you saw, I did the undercut, so it's quite a big bowl inside. It's I think it's about 8 1/4 inches round and about 3 1/2, 4 inches deep. It's finished with mineral oil on the inside and wood wax 22, Yorkshire grit and wood wax 22 on the outside. And then off camera I just filled in a few of the patches, I don't know if you can see it there, with pyro. I just got the pyro to it and just added a little bit more into it. And then you've got the dark ring underneath the rim, or the bead at the side. So that's it. And then you've got the texture at the bottom. It came out quite nice. I'm really enjoying using the laser along with wood turning. I'm still getting to, you know, learn different programs and stuff on design, so I'll be designing my own Celtic designs and things, but yeah, it came out really well. I'll put some still pictures up at the end of the video and hopefully you enjoyed watching that. Thank you very much for joining me again. It's really good to be back in the new workshop. There's a storm blowing outside and I feel nice and safe inside, which is brilliant, and I'll see you all again really soon. Thanks guys, bye bye.